Can I explain why we give albumin? Albumin for low blood pressure. Absolutely. So it's not used for all low blood pressure. It's used for low blood pressure when there's low volume. So let's say I was slightly hypovolemic. And I'm hypovolemic for very specific reasons. I haven't lost volume. I've redistributed volume into my tissues, right? So you could lose blood volume. Let's say you had a big bleed or you lost a lot of plasma, or you had a big diuresis and you peed out lots of water. So your volume depleted, dehydrated would be another way of putting it. Or alternatively, you could have a reduction in blood volume, but where your volume went is into your tissues, right? You've had widespread swelling, widespread edema. So all the water that was in your bloodstream, that 5.5 litres of blood that you had, is still in your body. It's just not in your blood, right? It's moved into your interstitial space and into cells themselves. There's been a shifting of that water from one compartment to another compartment. And ultimately, you learned about that. We called that osmosis, that moving of water across membranes. Right. So a treatment for that might be to want to recognise that we've got all that excess water. We don't need to give external water to somebody. So we just need to drag that water back into the blood. And we do that using hypertonic solutions. Now, one hypertonic option might be 3% saline. Glucose infusions might be another option. But a really common option is albumin. Now, albumin are big protein molecules. They're too big to sort of ooze out of the bloodstream and into the tissue, so they stay in the blood. If I put more albumin into your blood, those albumin act like water sponges and they drag water out of your tissues back into the bloodstream. For this reason, albumin is referred to as a plasma expander. And when I expand your volume, your plasma, your blood pressure comes back up again. And that's why we might consider using albumin, a plasma expander, as one of the options to bring somebody's blood pressure up. So there has to be a couple of reasons why albumin would be used. One is the water's there, it's just in your tissues. We need to encourage it to come back into the blood. The other is maybe your albumin levels are lower than they should be. Perhaps the patient's got some liver dysfunction and they're not making as much albumin to go in their blood, and that's why they're losing volume. Or alternatively, they could have some damage with their kidneys, and their kidneys are peeing off all of the albumin. I've got damaged, leaky kidneys, I pee off all my albumin, I'm peeing off my protein, I'm losing that protein, that albumin out of my blood, so I'm now albumin depleted, I'm hypoalbuminemic. And giving an albumin infusion to those people is going to restore that albumin. It's going to bring that back up again. So it could be a liver deficit, or it could be a kidney failing where a person loses their albumin. Anyway, hope that helps.